What is up, my fellow Chibits? Hopefully all of you are having a very, very wonderful day today, because today, Hunter x Hunter is out. Now, I briefly want to do an FYI. Number one, as you can see by the title, I'm doing a live reaction today, and the reason for it is because I know some of you might be upset that this is a live reaction, but I want, and I am going to, even if I have to delay everything for tomorrow, I am going to upload the fan mail video. And so I'm going to be working on it today, and I want to have it uploaded, even if my computer crashes 8 to 10 times, and yes, there's been times it crashes that much, I want to have that video up, and it's going to take a while to edit, and it's going to take a while to upload and all of that, so I want to have that up today. So the reason why I'm doing a live reaction to Hunter x Hunter today is because I want to focus on something that I've been delaying for a while now, almost a month now. So basically, I'm sorry that this is going to be a live reaction, but I just, yeah, I can't help it. So, anyways, to do another FYI, Hunter x Hunter, the chapter came out yesterday, but it wasn't like the normal translation I am used to, so I didn't read Hunter x Hunter yesterday. I was waiting for MS to finally translate the chapter before I could read it then, because even though MS's, translation is very wordy, they've explained this in the past, I feel like their translation is very accurate in some cases to the life of Hunter x Hunter, and it kind of shows what Togashi wants to express when he does write this series. So I didn't read the chapter yesterday, even though it was out, and that's why I didn't put a video out at all. But I wanted to wait for a better translation before I read something like Hunter x Hunter, because it's just too good of a series to try to read like not a perfect translation, or, a good translation. So anyways, with that being said, let's begin this live reaction of Hunter x Hunter. Okay. So we have the 3 princes that were giving the phone call at the end of last chapter. The first prince, Benjamin, the third prince, Zhang, I think, yeah, Zhang, and then the fifth prince, Tube. Okay, so, yeah. That's what we have here at the start. Okay, what's it say? The call rings out. The time for decision approaches. Okay, so things going on. They gotta figure out who they want to answer. Okay, so there's the, queen. Okay, Bill, Kurapika. Okay. 3 princes calling at the same time. Who should I answer first? I like how Togashi has Kurapika's eyes shaded, with Emperor's Time and all that. That's pretty interesting. Just showing that his life is ticking down. Every second he uses it, remember, his life force is disappearing. That's kind of fucked. Ooh, I like that color. Ooh, that's a very nice color page. Okay. Holy shit, there is a lot of dialogue here. Holy fuck. Okay. The first Prince Benjamin knows full well that his own soldier was killed, which means that we are already in a state of war against him. That would be true. Technically, he killed his soldiers, so you're basically in a state of war now. But despite that, why would he send another assassin to us and want to talk to us at the same time? True. I could see why Kurapika would think that. I could definitely see why you'd think that. The reason the other 2 are trying to contact us is probably the same. For information about Ninbeast. Oh yeah, Zhang didn't, or Zhang or whatever, he didn't know about Ninbeast or Tube. Yeah, they didn't know about Ninbeast. They didn't have anyone a part of their army that had Nin, now I remember about that, like, a couple chapters ago. And if they're trying to gather information about them, then that probably means there were no Nin users among their own soldiers. Yeah, because remember, they had no idea what it was at all. That supports my hypothesis that both of those princes probably decided not to rely on the Hunter Association for bodyguards and instead had their own private soldiers receive temporary associate license. Yeah. Now thinking about it, I remember rereading that part when, they didn't do that and they had their own soldiers instead of people from the Hunter's organization. I have no shortage of things I'd like to discuss with them, but we simply lack enough information on either of those 2 princes. I can't imagine that they would go out of their way to call us just to declare war. The fact that I made contact with the first prince has probably put pressure on the other princes. Shimano. Ask the soldier waiting outside to please wait a moment and tell the switchboard operator to please connect me to the first prince. Yes, sir. Bill, stay by the door and keep watch on the soldier outside. Depending on how our conversation goes, fighting may break out right away. Can you handle Gyo? Leave it to me, I'll put a stop to anything that might happen. Okay, so to get the situation right now, so Shimano Okay, yeah, Shimano's the maid. So he's referring to the maid, Shimano, to answer the phone, connect him with the first prince. So he's delaying the other two princes, the third prince and the fifth prince. But why would you talk to the first prince when you're already in a state of war? It seems very counterproductive when you think about it, because the bodyguard's technically already outside. If the first prince wanted to contact you in the first place, it would probably be better just to talk through his bodyguard, because you know his bodyguard's giving information. So just relay anything to the bodyguard, he'll probably tell the first Prince Benjamin. So I feel like, you know, wanting to call the first prince wouldn't necessarily be a good thing. But I guess he wants to contain the situation with the first prince after what happened with the assassin. So I guess I can understand that point of view. But when you look at it like this, we do know from the last chapter, it was stated that some of the princes would definitely hang up if they were forced to wait. So depending on whoever Kurapika chooses to answer the phone to, would determine the other two that might become his enemy. So for instance, if he answers the first prince, then, you know, the third and fifth prince will become his enemy, because they'll be upset. Even though it's proper order to answer the first prince in order, like going down from oldest to youngest, it doesn't matter, because this is like a part of war right now. So in a way, it wouldn't make sense for Kurapika to answer the first prince, because they're already at a state of war. He even says it himself. So it would be better to kind of stop other princes from wanting to kill your ass and then try to talk with them. Okay, anyways, let me continue on. If they're taking the bait, I laid in making them think... Wait, if they've taken the bait, I've laid in making them think I'm a manipulator, then they won't be able to make any careless... Oh yeah, remember he's able to get information. That's what he was trying to imply to all of them. Hello, this... Is that the third prince? This is the most exceptional honor, prioritizing me over the first prince... Zhang Li... What? What happened? Whoa. Ask the soldier waiting outside to please wait a moment and tell the switchboard operator to please connect me to the first prince. Yes, sir. Wait, did the man disguise himself as the first prince, or did the switchboard officer fuck this over? Okay, something just happened. Definitely someone just manipulated someone. Like, someone's definitely not in line with what Kurapika is thinking. Okay, hello, prioritize me. Okay, next page. So it's her? Shimano? Or whatever, the maid? She looking at that man like, I don't give a fuck. What the fuck? Kurapika's look, man, he looks like he's disgusted right now. Like, he's straight angry. Like, he wants to kill a bitch. Oh, yeah, pardon my asking, but would you mind telling me something? Why would you choose me over the first prince? Wait, whoa. Okay, I'm not understanding this. Wait. I'm sorry. Hunter x Hunter is kind of confusing. I gotta think about this. Okay, so, for what I'm getting here is Shimano... Oh yeah, so Shimano asked the soldier waiting outside to please wait a moment and tell the switchboard operator to please connect me to the first prince. So Kurapika told her, okay, make the soldier wait outside, connect me to the first prince. Okay, so what I'm getting from here is that Shimano made him contact the third prince and prioritized him over the first or fifth. So does that mean that Shimano is working with the third prince as a spy? But then it wouldn't make sense, though. Well, I don't know. Zhang does seem like he's intelligent. You wouldn't probably reveal his hand. But, I mean, when you think about it like this, okay, let me talk about it. The way Kurapika, he looks at Shimano like, you bitch, you just did this to me. Like, you fucked me over with the first prince, what I wanted, which could have... It could definitely make things really bad. In my personal opinion, I think it was probably a good idea contacting the third prince, from what I've seen. But, I mean, still... Clearly, there's other intentions going on here for the maid to do that. But the question is the maid working for the third prince? Because for the third prince to reply, pardon my asking, but why would you mind telling me something? Why would you choose me over the first prince? So does that mean he's unaware of Shimano tampering with the phone call, making it to where Kurapika picks up the third prince? Or is he saying that to get under Kurapika's skin? Okay, let's continue. To be perfectly honest, I thought you would be the most open to discussion. So he's rolling with it. He's not trying to say he didn't want to contact him, so he's rolling with it. Oh? And what did you base that assumption on? I'm sorry, but I can't answer that, because it's likely has to do with the information that you want from me. About Nin. Got his attention. Very well, let's jump to the matter at hand then. As you have surmised, I want as much information as I can get about Nin. But of course, there's no way to ensure our privacy is maintained over the phone. Yeah, phones can be tapped and stuff, it makes perfect sense, honestly. Thus, I would like to give you permission to enter my room. That sounds like a fucking trap. That sounds like a fucking trap. No, that sounds bad. Leading Kurapika away from the queen? That's a bad fucking idea. No, you better not accept that. How about an exchange of honor and information? Just as I expected of someone of royal lineage, he won't let us take the upper hand in any way whatsoever. Basically, he wants the home front. He wants his own territory. He doesn't want to come to Kurapika. Huh. But that's a fucking trap. No, you should not go. I accept your gracious invitation, but just one thing. Would you please allow the 14th Prince Wobble and the 8th Queen Oto, or how you fucking pronounce her name, forgive me, to accompany me? Of course, they are both welcome as well. Oh, so Kurapika did think about it. Okay, so he wants the queen and the prince to be next to him. Okay. At least he's thinking about that. I wouldn't even dream of having us siblings fight amongst each other for an instant. I feel like that's half truth, half lie in that sentence. Well then, I shall ring you on the intercom in 15 minutes. Click operator. Connect me to the first prince. He has already hung up. Well, that's to be expected. Shit. Shall I connect you to the 5th prince, Tube? Right away. Hello, this is Kurapika. This is the second... Oh, so... Wow, Tube didn't hang up? Oh, shit. Yeah, hello, this is Kurapika. So this is actually looking very good for Kurapika right now, because, I mean, the first prince, it was already out of state of war, like I said, so it would make no sense really contacting him. So since the 3rd and 5th are still on the phone, that's actually good. Okay, hello, this is Kurapika. This is the 2nd Lieutenant Moro, however you pronounce that, under the direct authority of the 5th Prince Tube. We are prepared to offer an agreement of truce. Man, this man loves to make truces now that I think about it. Remember you wanted to make a truce with the 4th Prince to be able to get rid of all the others? He likes making truces. Okay, I don't feel like his truces most likely are going to be relatively good. Whatever he wants. Okay, but anyways, we are prepared to offer an agreement of truce in exchange for information on Nin Beast. Will you accept? So same information that Zhang wants. But you can notice something between the leaders that I wanted to point out here. I want to definitely have to reread this chapter because there's a lot of words here. But I noticed there's a difference between the leaders in the fact that, yeah, to where Zhang, the 3rd prince, he answered the phone. The man answered the phone himself to Kurapika and asked for answers. While this dude that's answering the phone from the 5th prince, it's not the 5th prince contacting Kurapika at all. So it shows that one prince wants to do things himself, he takes the initiative, and then the other prince, he lets his bodyguards or whoever, his servants, take charge and do what they need to do for him. So he's one that's not out in the open doing things constantly. So there's definitely a difference in leadership here between the 3rd and 5th prince. So far I like the 3rd prince, but I feel like there's definitely something that we really don't know about him. Oh yeah, and you don't care about my interaction with the other prince? Wait, well, okay, well, let me reread this. Wait. When you offer information on the Nin Beast, will you accept? And you don't care about my interaction with the other princes. Okay, so Kurapika is saying that to him on the phone. Your situation is of no concern. So basically the situation is no concern. He doesn't care if he interacts with the other princes at all. Telling information or whatever? Very well then, I accept your offer. The prince has entrusted me with full responsibility for this matter. We won't do anything to break the agreement on our own, but depending on what you do, there are certain situations that may nullify it. Oh? That's fine. We would like to avoid conflict if at all possible. Understood. Then I will head over to your room. Could you give us use? Give use. Oh, that's a... Wow, MS, I was praising your translation when I, started this video, and you had a... Or am I just going brain dead and not reading this right? I'm sorry, but could you give use? Could you give use? Am I going brain dead? Like, did I just say bread? Am I going brain dead, though? But you could give use just a little bit of time. I'm assuming us. Okay, so MS did... Wow, that's a shoddy translation. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, accidentally pressing an E on your translation, fine. I can overlook that. But holy shit, I'm sorry, but could you give use just a little bit of time? What is this, TG with the underground ghouls and stuff? Okay, anyways, I believe I already told you, your situation is of no concern to us. Oh, that's what he meant, your situation is no concern. So he doesn't even care if you interact with other princes, but he also doesn't care if you're busy right now. So get your fucking ass over here. We don't give a shit. We're more important. That's basically what he's saying there. Oh, shit. I also noticed Togashi is really showcasing Kurapika's eyes off a lot in this chapter. You know, his scarlet eyes? Most likely it's because to emphasize the point that his life is just dwindling away with each passing second. Okay, we do not believe that you are the only person who possesses information about Nin. Logical. And the agreement will take place the moment we receive information. Do you understand? Oh, so there's no truce until they receive the information. So as soon as they receive the information, there's a truce. So until then, anything can be done. Any slimy shit can be done. Interesting. So that's how you want it. I do, but we're presently dealing with a problem. The first prince's private soldier is stationed outside our door. Now, I suppose I could just invite you in while ignoring the first prince's man. After all, how the first prince will interpret that situation is no concern to us. Do you understand? Oh, Kurapika's manipulating him. Oh, okay. Very well. We will contact you again in an hour. Because if the first prince finds out about how he's making contact with the fifth prince, then basically it might cause problems to arise. To where the first prince will focus the fifth prince a little bit more. That's not what two probably would want. Okay, very well, we will contact you again in an hour. Well, that's just perfect. So I just finished reading this page, doing a good long amount of thoughts and details on it, and so that's just good and dandy. I just found out my camera died, so the last couple minutes I've been talking about this page 11, fucking useless, so. Fucking camera battery, anyways. Okay, so basically, talking about this page, let me continue what was being said, okay? So basically, Kurapika, he's manipulating the servant of the fifth prince, and basically, he's like, okay, so this is what's gonna happen, and if you don't give us time, you can come over if you want, but what this will cause is probably some form of disagreement between your king, or your prince, with the first prince. And I don't think you want that. You don't want that issue of you walking in, you know, coming in, probably giving us information. It'll probably make it to where the first Prince Benjamin will target you over anyone else. So I believe that this was a very smart move by Kurapika to manipulate the servant into giving him an hour. So he managed to actually get an hour off of this. So just very good shit. Very, very good shit on Kurapika's part to be able to do that. Anyways, though, let's talk about this next part. So, Bill, look after the queen. No response from him at the door at all. Shimano, come here and look at me in the eyes. So this is the part I got when my camera cut off. Now, I went very deep into detail and talking about stuff, but I'm not going to redo that again. I'm sorry. It's too fucking hot. I'm dying right now. But, anyway, so Shimano's being called over. So let me go to the next page now. Okay, so why did you connect me to the third prince? That's what I want to know. Okay, so why did you connect me to the third prince, Zhang Li, instead of the first Prince Benjamin? I too want to do my very best to try to survive. The first prince is a cruel, cold-hearted person. He is not the kind of person that would ever be swayed by any kind of negotiations or even pleading for life. He also isn't the kind of person that would speak directly to commoners. The person he would have spoken to on the phone would have probably been either been the one in charge of his soldiers, Sergeant Might. Any discussions or negotiations had already broken down earlier with the death of his subordinate. With that, he only had one piece of business left with us. To show respect to how faithful we were to our employer, the Queen, he will let us choose our method of death. I have no interest in how I'm going to die. All I want is to live. And that's why I connected you with the third Prince, Zhang Li. Wait. So Shimano operated outside of Kurapika's thought process and what he wanted, and everybody else for her own selfish desires. Wow. It's so simple that, honestly, it didn't even come to mind. It didn't even come to mind. Usually, there's just so many things that are complex about this series. That is just so simple. I want to survive. I don't want to fucking die. So, that's why she did that. But that also is not a good thing, actually. That shows that she is not completely loyal. For her to do something like that, to prioritize her own life, and risk a lot of things, that could be a problem. That would mean that this servant, Shimano, might come back to sacrifice everybody else for her own self-interest. Think about it. Let's say she's in a spot. The Queen and the Prince, their lives are in danger. They're about to die. And she has a choice. Either she dies in their place, or she can save herself and live on. Judging by how she says she wants to survive and she doesn't want to die, I feel like she is willing to throw the Queen and the Prince under the bus for her own life. So, that's a trait that seems like that's going to be rather bad. That needs to be watched. That definitely needs to be watched. I think Kurapika is going to realize that after this. Now, anyways, let's talk about what she just said. She talks about the first prince, him being a cruel and cold-hearted person. And in all honesty, I could see why she would get that impression. I mean, that's what we all thought. We thought this man was all bronze, no brain at all, and we found out, literally in last chapter, that the man had a hidden side to him that we just didn't expect. And so, I believe that she is correct, but incorrect. Like, half correct, half incorrect, because she's always seen a big part of him that everybody knows about. She hasn't seen the hidden side of him like the Sergeant Might has. See, even though Sergeant Might, he would probably be the one to answer the phone, like she said. She's probably very correct about that. I believe, though, since Sergeant Might, what he stated to Benjamin, how he said he would feed information to him, I believe that he would give the proper information and Benjamin would be open for discussion or, you know, for negotiations in general. So I don't feel like that would be completely off the table. But that's the thing, though. Because of the way Benjamin, he displays himself, many would get the impression that he's cruel and someone that wouldn't give a shit at all about you. And so, because of that, I can see why she would think that Zhang is probably a lot better. Because the way he has displayed himself, he has shown that he's a very caring individual. He does seem like he doesn't always want bloodshed or anything like that. And that's the impression I get from him as well. So I could see why she would get that. It makes logical sense. It's very surprising that she's just so has so much knowledge about these princes and their attitudes and stuff when she just serves, you know, this prince. So that's rather fascinating. I wonder if there's more to her. I wonder if she is a spy in any way, or if she's really, like she said, she's just wanting to survive. She doesn't want to die. He is tolerant and generous enough that he would take the phone himself to negotiate directly with it. That's what I was just saying. But prideful and not so tolerant that he would wait to be he would not be so tolerant that he would wait to be spoken to second and not hang up. Wait, what? And not so tolerant that he would wait to be spoken to second. Oh, okay, I was reading that wrong. Sorry, my English failed me for a second. He would wait to be spoken to second and not hang up. While he would like to avoid killing one another, if it came down to it, he would not hesitate in the slightest. He is someone who is both kind and cruel at the same time. So he's like good and evil. Two sides of the same coin. That is my impression of the third Prince Zhang, which makes a lot of sense. That's what I was just saying, actually, and make a lot of sense. The way he's presented himself, he seems to be a little bit more caring and understanding than what we've seen. Furthermore, if we can negotiate with him without harming his impressions of us or his mood, at the very least, he won't target us until there are fewer princes left. So then you connected me to him first in order to best ensure your safety. So she did prioritize her own life. Yes, sir. Fifth Prince Tube is not the type that would speak on the phone himself, but he has a very strong critical opinions. Gotta love them cars passing by real loud. Okay, he has a very strong critical opinions on how the present kingdom should be. The reason he is participating in this battle is to stop the higher princes from taking control of the throne. Once he accomplishes that, he will begin to negotiate with the king, and he will have the political power to gain... Oh, so he is willing to let the lower princes go and not... Interesting. I've decided that even if we pick the third prince, Zhang Li, first and made him wait... I decided even if we picked the third prince, Zhang Li, first and then made the... I'm assuming the fifth prince wait, he wasn't the kind of person that would interpret that as disrespect. So... he understands. Like, he won't interpret that as disrespect because that's just common knowledge to go with the oldest to youngest. Okay. That's what I'm assuming here. Indeed, up till now, all of Shimano's judgments have been accurate. Then let me ask you this. As for this first prince's soldier who's waiting outside, what do you think we should do with him? We can't make him stay out there. Oh? Being an upper-ranked soldier who is also part of the king's personal army, he has come here under the name of national defense to protect and observe. If we refuse him, the queen, the prince, all of us will be detained by the royal army. Here's your obstructing justice and regulation if you don't allow him in. So they're manipulating the law. The first prince is manipulating the law of their national defense. So maybe he wants him to sit out there long enough to start some shit. Okay, and once we are the first prince's... once we are, the first prince's soldiers will accompany us. Oh. All he needs is just one single opening, just a moment, and he'll construct a scenario where the queen, being frantic and in a mental state of anguish, killed herself along with the prince. So very similar to what the previous assassin was trying to do. But he would have a better way to do it because he would be, or the queen would be completely surrounded by Benjamin's bodyguards. The reason he hasn't taken any action, despite having been made to wait this long, he already knows exactly Okay, so I was reading this bubble trying to process this, because once again, there's another bad translation here. Like, MS, she's slipping today. Like, holy shit, I'm thankful, you translate this for free, but holy shit, let me read this for you guys. The reason he hasn't taken any actions, despite having been made to wait this long, he already knows exactly what he should do. Now, I didn't say that wrong. That's exactly what it says here in the bubble. Now, that could be changed by the time I upload this video, but MS, that's 2 mistakes. That's 2 big mistakes. Hunter x Hunter is already difficult enough to understand. You don't need to make it even harder. Like, holy shit. Okay. The longer this abnormal situation goes on, the easier it will be for them to lay the groundwork for that scenario. So if they keep delaying the bodyguard and not letting him in, the groundwork for that scenario of obstructing justice will come into effect. So it's best to let him in as quickly as possible. Shimano, thank you. I will be needing your advice. Please tell me anything you think of. Yes, sir. I still wouldn't trust her completely after she prioritized her life, though. Okay, Kurapika, it's about time. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. The queen was making preparations to go out. To go out? We're about to head to the third... Oh, he's talking to the bodyguard. Okay. We're about to head to the third Prince Zhang Li's room. Of course, we were invited by the prince himself. Okay. Will you accompany us? So he's offering, like, to not make it look shady. Will you accompany us? No, if you're going to be in the third prince's area, I'll leave things in your care. Meanwhile, I'll wait here in the room. I'll be fine. I won't go down there. Bill, you better fucking not die. I swear to God. You better not die. Kurapika, are you going to go with your eyes like that? No, I'll be wearing contacts. Oh yeah, if he had his eyes showing like that all over the place, that'd be kind of freaky, and people might recognize him for what he is. So yeah, it makes sense why he would hide his eyes. Okay, if the fifth prince tube calls, tell him that the problem has been solved. I'll be in contact as soon as negotiations are finished. Door opens. Is he gonna attack? He's not attacking. Very interesting. Take care. After you. Bill, please don't die. Whoa, that's an ugly woman right there. Is that a woman or is that a dude? I can't tell. That's an ugly person. Holy shit. Walking past the door. Those are the fourth prince's quarters. Wait. Who's this? Oh, yeah, fourth prince. Okay, never mind. I understand. Okay. So they're walking past the different quarters. 3 people have arrived and have entered the room. Welcome. Please have a seat. Well, there's the bodyguard to the first prince right there in the back to the left. Okay. Take whichever one you like. Wait, is he giving water? Why do I feel like that's poison? Also, didn't the fifth prince tube state that Zhang was greedy? Didn't he say that? Didn't he say it? Didn't he say that Zhang was greedy? Or he implied that he was greedy, but then he offers hospitality. Interesting. Okay, take whichever one you like. I apologize for the meager hospitality. But if you don't mind, I'd like to move on without worrying about such needless things. Thank you for your consideration. Bottle twist. There's a lot of focus on the bottle. That's not good. Well then, let's get right to this information of yours. Nin refers to the ability to invoke superhuman powers with your willpower. Using these powers, you can see things that are normally invisible and also use otherwise extraordinary powers. There are very few people that are able to use this power. Kurapika is probably directing this explanation to me. With this tense situation, he's trying to make sure that I don't panic. Huh? Oh, she could see the Nin Oh! I forgot she has Kurapika's Nin, so she is able to see Nin at the moment. Oh, fuck. Obviously, anyone would probably panic. That would make sense. So the explanation is to explain what she's currently seeing. She's keeping composed and calm. Holy shit, that Nin beast, though, is very... He looks like he's bored or passive. He's like, he looks very passive. This is Session War is a survival race using Nin abilities. All of the princes were unknowingly given Nin powers. Oh? Those are the Nin beasts, the word that was broadcast on the emergency channel earlier. I believe they were activated through the jar ceremony. Now the information I'm about to give you is of extreme importance. Enough to affect the outcome of the secession war. Bodyguard Slacker, second queen. Bodyguard Convetoba, first Prince Benjamin's private soldier. Are you sure that you wish to have this conversation here? Oh. He's like, I could give you information, you see, but do you want me to give you that information when the first prince's bodyguard is obviously listening in, is going to relay this information to the first prince? Do you want me to say everything here right now? Huh. So that's the end of the chapter, huh? That's a very interesting chapter. So it's all about negotiations, talking with the third prince and fifth prince. I was going to say fourth, but the fifth prince. Let's see, chapter 365 in. No break next week. Thank God. Thank God there's no break. Dude, I'm just waiting for the chapter to when I see Hunter x Hunter will be on break next week. Indefinite hiatus. I'm waiting for the chapter to pop up where it says that. thank God, once again, Togashi has done that. So, next week we can expect another Hunter x Hunter chapter. Thank God. Oh yeah, so I want to end that here. I'm very sorry for a live reaction this week. I know it's probably on the short side, but please forgive me. And also, I'm very sorry for my camera cutting out and kind of having some of my live reaction kind of missed out in this video, because I'm not going to, you know, redo it and act like I didn't already read a page or something. So yeah, but I'm sorry about that when, you know, my camera died and I read a page without knowing my camera was off. But basically, you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.